Hey geeks, before we start the episode, we just want to give you all a quick reminder to go check us out on our listening platforms such as Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
And if you want to see more of us, check out our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a like on our videos.
And without further ado, let's talk geek for a sec. What? No, we've never been like this far.
You're so far away from me, bro. What are you doing over there?
I really wish that we could have this bond like this.
I know, right?
Whatever. I mean, our bro connection is just.
It's filling the space.
Yeah, exactly.
It reaches, yeah.
This void cannot be split. It really can't.
Even if they tried.
All right. Ready?
For what?
Sure.
Like the go-go?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Team. We're Team Jacob still?
Absolutely.
You are.
We're back. How's all the geeks doing? Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Geek for a Sec. We're your hosts here. I'm Nene.
Back in the stew. I'm Brandon.
We're back here, back in the new stew. Second time in the stew now. It was a little faster setup this time, but we finally got to do it. How's your week been going?
Pretty good. We've been chilling all week.
Chilling. I'm finally glad that we're able to look. AC's off, but it will come off again.
Thank God.
Glad that we finally get to make it to this episode. I'm actually really excited because I know that was a pretty successful season or series that we've been doing for this, and I know we've been holding off on the series for a bit, but we're finally back at it.
Continuing.
I really don't know how this series is our most watched.
It is though. It's our most popular.
I guess over the years,
people love it.
It really just doesn't die out.
Yeah.
But I love the series too because like I said in the past, we've grown up with it.
I'm glad I finally got into it.
So yeah, we're almost done with it, but we're still doing this mainly because we started off with Robert Pattinson,
right?
Due to the Batman. We're not doing this just because for no reason, but we're having a fun time doing it. We're going to be talking about the Twilight saga, Eclipse. Eclipse. We're back at it, number 3, but we are still lacking the true fan knowledge of what it really means to be a Twihard.
Which is why,
ladies and gentlemen, you loved them the first time, you loved them the second time. They are finally back.
Making their return.
The one and onlys.
What?
Alyssa and Caitlin.
Our Twihard Girls.
Our Twihards.
Yeah.
Caitlin, can you make it? Can you sit? Okay. Please sit in my lap. I will.
How are y'all ladies doing? Wonderful.
We've been out. Us three, Brandon, Nene, and I have been outside all day.
Caitlin's been at work, so
I think we got a little too much sun today.
I'm a little drained.
Yeah,
I photosynthesized too much.
half outside, yeah, I guess.
Because you're the door.
Because of your job, yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
We were supposed to start this episode earlier, but we're more. I guess you could say that we're
calling you out.
Wow.
I didn't call out anyone. I just
that's
said
an attack.
Earlier. I mean, I know, but I guess we're more night people. I guess
I'm a night person.
I guess we're on the
She's a night person.
Yeah. The vampire side of things. I guess.
Okay.
Well, I mean, werewolves could be night people too, but we'll get into that also. I think that energy drink is low key killing me. I can't really focus right now.
Focus.
Yeah. So, ladies, thank you all again for joining us, and I'm glad that you guys got to enjoy me and Brandon's. Well, again, I don't really remember this movie, and it's just Brandon's first time watching it. But apparently, Caitlin, this is your favorite Twilight movie.
Yes.
Why?
Why?
Let's start it.
You're the hot seat. Go.
Okay, listen. You get to see more emotion from all of them because in the first two, they're kind of like. It's so depressing. They're like, oh,
yeah,
I'm so sad. New moon. There's like that whole breakup, I'm gonna die kind of situation, right? And the first one, they're still like getting to know each other. That awkward, angsty like phase. You know what I mean? So Eclipse is where they're together. They're relatively happy.
It's moving forward.
There's emotion. Like they're sassy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But then, from my other take, Alyssa really thinks that this movie is pointless.
Pointless.
The worst.
Can we get
It's not pointless.
It was never supposed to be written.
What?
Written like book-wise?
Book-wise, there was never an Eclipse.
So it came
but it was
first.
because it's necessary.
Yeah, so then why was it?
Even my mom was like, which one is that one? I'm like, exactly.
Okay. So you have the Volturi coming in, right? You know what I mean?
We saw them in New Moon.
Okay. Yeah, but they're like kind of like their presence is still there. you have the wolves and the vampires trying to get together. That's like more of a relationship happening. You know what I mean? Like they're tolerating each other more. They don't like each other, but like Carla goes to help Jacob.
It's for Bella's sake.
And they they're tolerating each other more. There's more relationship dynamic between like Rosalie. It was needed, Rosalie with Bella for future reference.
Yeah.
The family dynamic is kind of shifting a little bit, you know what I mean?
I guess it kind of does give you you got a lot of backstories. You got Rosalie's, you got Jasper's.
Yeah.
Definitely have more dialogue from everyone, of course.
Yeah.
More than
it contributed, I think, a fair amount.
There's so many memes
to validate.
There is, There's a lot of memes from that movie.
Okay.
Battle scars. You get battle scars.
That's what I'm saying.
You do get battle
to validate
scars,
it as a movie. It contributed what it needed to. Yeah.
You were like, when did he become Texan?
No, yeah, okay, so
he was going
somewhere.
in and out of that accent.
Geeks, this is actually the first time I've actually written notes down or like during a watch of something.
He was over there like, that's a good one.
Brandon was telling me to write shit down to listen.
And he never did, No,
because I have really bad hearing. I couldn't hear shit. I couldn't hear shit. Like I was so focused into the movie.
I was right next to him.
Yeah, I actually did.
He's like,
write that down. Saying, like, when the fuck?
Write that down.
What did I write it down at? I said, when the fuck did Jasper become Texan? Because whenever I've heard him talk in New Moon, even though it was like a short brief period, it sounded like a super mellow voice to where like, oh, when the fuck did Jasper not become so shiny more to the point where he's fucking Texan?
Yep.
Come on.
What do you mean?
But it was a cool little Jasper backstory. I really liked about it. While watching the movie, like I said, I've watched these movies in the past. I'm really trying to remember why this was such a forgotten movie. Because like honestly, to me, like it wasn't a bad one, but it wasn't like the best either. But like at the same time, I felt like
I think the only reason it was okay, yes, backstory wise, for references in the next movies. However, what was that?
no,
That's just plain.
Okay. Rosalie, Victoria had to be killed, I guess.
Yeah.
Eventually, Victoria, the redhead, had to be killed, or else she was gonna keep going after Bella, type thing. So
she's actually really
but like she wasn't doing anything.
You know, it was different. Victoria, right?
It was.
Yes. Brandon was able to notice it.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah, you said is that Bryce
Dallas
Howard? Yeah.
No, yeah, look at
Jurassic World.
They didn't use the same Victoria as the first two.
Either way, she's beautiful.
Did they ever explain why she chose whatever the fuck his name was? What was his name?
Riley?
Yeah. Did they ever explain why she chose him?
He's from Forks.
Is that literally?
Yes, he knows the area.
Okay.
What Edward said.
Oh,
From Forks,
okay.
you know
He's
the
a
area.
local, yeah, he's a
I thought it was
local.
like some random.
And this is your favorite movie.
Yes.
And you can't quote it.
Yes.
but you
Well,
couldn't get
I
that?
knew she said that, but I wasn't making the connection of like why specifically, like out of everyone, wherever.
It was just basically an eye for an eye. That's all Victoria was trying to do.
Yeah,
was just to kill Bella because Edward.
But
killed
just him in
James.
particular. You know what I mean? Like I get her like manipulating him into thinking that they were like an item when she was just playing him, but
It also was the only one that came out in the summer. It came out in June.
What's the
So was,
significance
like, this-
behind that? It coming out. Oh,
No
it
clue.
Just doesn't
I'm just
matter?
saying it was the only one. Maybe that's why because
You're
it was
saying
so.
that's why this is the odd.
Yes, it was
ugly
oddball
doubling
out.
of the. Okay.
So was anyone hyped for it like, during this time or?
I mean, I think so. Like it's Twilight, During that time, it's gonna be hyped for
So I
it.
just want to get like one thing straight. So like you saying that like, this was just like written in like so was
Well,
Breaking
that
Dawn
was a
already
side
out
piece.
before Eclipse?
No, these books had been out way before they even started.
no.
Okay, but like why do you people saying that like Eclipse was the
Also,
first
be
movie?
all of their
When
eyes.
they were writing it,
Yeah.
they.
How did they explain that?
Having their own little.
No,
We're having two podcasts.
I don't know
going
if they're. Yeah,
This
I
is
don't know if
the
they're
this is the
catching
Let's Talk Geek over here, and that's the Forest Sec over there.
it. What?
Yeah,
That's the what?
Let's talk geek for a sec.
that's over there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We're having two different conversations right now, but
I'm
about
bringing,
your
I'm
eyes.
bringing up valid points though over here.
we
Well,
are.
we can get to that. You're supposed to.
No.
You want to talk about the eyes right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, what about the eyes?
He's saying why
All of
their
their
eyes
eyes
look
were
like
like activated.
Oh.
And nobody.
They're terrible.
Yeah, nobody was saying anything.
They're activated.
They're terrible.
Activated,
I hate the contacts in this movie.
They're all in vamp mode like the whole time.
Well, because do you notice that like Edward's eyes are super dark after after
All of
Bella
their
comes out?
eyes.
Yeah, they start getting dark because they're trying not to feed because they're having to watch
I
Bella.
said that right here.
So they're
I'm looking at my notes. I
their
said that.
contacts change. So like they're like, but these are the worst vampire colored contacts.
That's what I'm saying. They all look terrible. Except
They're
for
really
Alice,
bad.
Of course, Alice looked beautiful as always.
As always,
As always.
Alice stands over here.
Yes.
I feel like
She's never looked
they
ugly
were
a day in her life.
trying to like really up like the vampire factor with making them extra pale and like making their
But, like,
eyes extra bright. You know
extra-
what I
You'd
mean?
think for the locals, no one's like, y'all's eyes, for some reason, just you're a select group. All of your eyes are a little orange.
For this movie, I would have said
Or
something
a
if I was
little
a
extra.
local.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why are all of your guys' eyes orange? What are they gonna say?
They
we all
got-
we all got colored contacts.
Eye surgery, okay?
Bullshit.
It's fluorescence.
It's the
It's the
fluorescence.
fluorescence. Yeah.
No,
Well,
I mean,
actually-
yeah, I kind of got the feeling that it was about
Say
the
it.
feeding thing of the eye colors. Like, later
Yeah.
on,
Well, no, because y'all brought up Alice. I brought more things.
Oh yeah.
I brought no souvenirs.
Really?
More of them.
For
Yeah.
Alice.
Oh, I have one of them
Oh, give me
Oh,
that
wow.
you're gonna want to
Let me
see.
see.
Oh,
Yes.
give me.
We
Let me
take gifts here at Let's Talk Geeks if you guys want.
Y'all aren't ready yet. I did contribute.
You did contribute.
I contributed a Funko Pop.
She gave us
Yes.
Selena Kyle Funko Pop.
Yes.
Thank you, Alyssa. We appreciate it.
Which was originally.
Someone was ungrateful.
Yeah, that's.
But we're not gonna get into
We
that.
won't need to get into that.
Alyssa, what do you have for?
What did you bring
to
for
show
us
the
today?
audience?
So I mean, just keep it going. I have a cup.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just Bella. I have no clue why I don't have the popcorn bucket.
Okay. you
Honestly,
just have a
no.
cup
Just the cup.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
From Eclipse.
From
Wow,
Eclipse,
wow,
from the
okay,
premiere.
Okay.
I have obviously the movie.
Yeah.
So this one, you would
Damn,
open it
look at
up.
that. Look at that box. Look at that packaging.
You would open it
Show
up.
off. Show it
See,
off.
that for some reason, whenever
Hey?
I heard you open up the disc case, it sounded like it was barely open because I heard the
Yeah.
crest of
You
it.
can hear the crease. Yeah.
And then, so
What's in
each
there?
one has something. Like I think last one showed you was the film that they had. These are just more like stills.
Just pictures. Okay.
Yeah, really
Please
still
tell us.
pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can see them.
Oh.
Pass them around.
Yeah.
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 So
Look at that.
put them down the.
See, this is posted. up
This
right
is what everyone wanted. This is
No,
exactly
absolutely
what-
not.
there. That's a great picture. Right there.
This one's really
Wait.
good. Though. Oh, sorry, man. Sorry.
That's
This
that's love right there.
I need a copy of this. Just
A
to
copy
cut,
of that one
just to
just
cut
for
out,
Alice.
Just to cut
These
Alice
are
out.
really good photos. You did
I'll
good
put Alice in the
photos.
jar.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can't
Excuse
see the photos
you.
because you guys
I
are just,
heard that.
I know you did.
if you guys are just listening to the podcast, please check out our YouTube video to see exactly what Miss Alyssa had brought to us.
Yeah.
Ooh. I know, right?
Okay.
Still getting adjusted to the new AC.
How can you
here and
deny
there.
this?
No, absolutely not.
What else?
Well, this.
Yeah.
Okay, he looked the worst in this movie.
That's. Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
It's just the sideburns.
It's not just
Everything
the
else
The
is
sideburns
fine.
were
They
so
all
not needed.
looked kind of bad.
Okay, I have other things too.
I think they're
Jasper
trying.
looked the worst. In
I
this.
think they were trying to make him look a little older in this one, like more mature.
Hold on.
Edward.
Yeah.
How do you make
How- a vampire
17-year-old
mature.
vampire look older?
Sideburns.
But they
No.
look terrible.
Well,
Does their
they-
hair
okay,
grow? Well, obviously.
That's what I was thinking.
No, their hair doesn't grow.
I think they were trying to show like he changed a
Their
little
hair
bit,
doesn't grow.
but like he's a little older. You know
They're
what I
dead.
mean?
What about Jasper?
That hair grows.
His hair grew. He had short hair.
This is a movie.
That's what I'm saying. Yes. Yes. Okay, there we go.
Their follicles are supposed to be dead.
No, but
So
don't they
explain
say
it.
that their hair grows? Because she cuts her hair. Alice.
Alice cuts her hair, exactly.
Alice does have short hair.
She has short hair and all the rest of it, it seems.
But each movie is directed differently. Did y'all know that each movie is directed by a different
Has a
person?
different director?
Yeah, did I?
The second time.
Okay.
Okay, that's where they fucked up.
Was directed by
They should
someone
have
else.
had the same director do it.
Who's the director for Eclipse?
Who directed this one?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got it.
David Slade.
David Slade, yeah.
David
What the
Slade.
fuck is
Okay, David, I'm sorry.
June 24th,
You did a great thing.
2010, David Slade has produced or directed Eclipse, 30 Days of Night, Hard Candy. Hard Candy is actually amazing. Black Mirror, the Bandersnatch, that's actually a good one on Netflix. And some other stuff that I honestly really never seen before. But
The soundtrack is really good for this movie too.
oh, I even wrote that right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, it's a
That's
good
probably the
soundtrack,
best-
yeah.
the
That's
best
his only
part
good
of it.
factor, honestly.
Okay, so
Really?
this one, y'all, this is like a time capsule thing right here, but it has Alice
see it.
on it.
Okay.
This is like straight,
Wait,
this
what?
is so mid 2000s.
Let's see it. What the?
What the fuck is this?
The phone.
It's the Motorola flip phone.
Oh, you still got your phone in there.
Like that's your phone.
Yo.
That was my phone.
And it's got
It
the
got
girl
Alice
on
on
there.
It has
That's
Alice
real
on it.
dedication right there.
Are these stickers?
It was like you would buy them online. They were like sleeves or something. So you would buy them for the specific phone. And then
Whenever
you would,
Motorola's were around, that's crazy.
I like that. I like that.
I'm really surprised you had Alice and not Edward.
But her mom.
Yeah,
I'll
why
be
did you choose
honest.
Alice?
Because Alice was my first girl crush.
You're like, actually, Dad.
Yeah.
As it should have been.
Alice is, look at that. Oof. That's actually.
It was the New Moon Alice that was like, that's a girl crush. I think I know what a girl crush is now.
Maybe.
What do I gotta say about this? I do notice that whenever we do start the movie, or like even throughout the movie, the camera quality is fucking amazing.
It
Y'all
is.
did mention that.
I guess like the
Yes.
budget of it really went up. I actually need to see exactly what the budget
That's how much
is.
this one was.
Yeah.
I think the CGI was worse in this one than in
No, I think that was actually better. Really?
CGI?
Like the way the wolves moved and everything, I feel like it looked better in like
I feel like they try, especially the wolves, like when Jacob's climbing over the rock after he's talking to in
that's
his
what I mean.
wolf
It
form
looked
Yeah.
like really bad.
I feel like they made it look. They tried to make it look more realistic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think they executed it perfectly, but I think they were trying to make it more like animal-like. I don't know,
That makes more sense, but I don't know. It just looked really bad.
because he kind of like slips when he's walking over. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
made it purposely like.
All of that, so
Like natural.
Yeah.
New Moon, so Twilight was done in Oregon, in Forks. New Moon was strictly done in Canada, repping it. And then Eclipse was actually, I want to say was the bigger produced one because it was all in sound studios.
Eclipse?
Yeah. So the house wasn't even real anymore because they were going deeper into the Cullen house. So they put it in a sound studio because to fit all the equipment and everything, they couldn't use the actual house.
So it wasn't real location, it was all sets.
It was all sets.
That's
Most of
really
it was
fucked
all
up.
sets.
That's the problem. Another problem for this movie.
For this movie, that was it.
Of endless problems.
Because you have to green screen everything.
He's testing it today.
I searched up the budget. The budget was $68 million, and box office made $698.4 million.
Jesus Christ.
For
As it should.
disappointment. IMDb gives it a
Talk
5
about
out of 10.
A 5
As it
out of
should.
10.
But it was
That's crazy.
IMDb with a 5 out of
That
10.
means it's mediocre as fuck.
and it's rotten.
I'm
Well,
working
I
on
don't
it.
even follow Rodden. Fuck Rodden.
Yes.
I don't even follow Rodden at all. Rodden does not. Of course, we get introduced to a new character, which is really not even like a big deal at any point. I think
Riley?
Riley, I didn't really like get anything to a new character because there was just like a new character to where they just kill him
Do you
off
know who that
immediately.
is?
Yeah.
I thought that you were saying
It's
it
Justin Bieber.
Justin,
Justin
Bieber.
Bieber.
I think I've heard that
Riley
before.
Bieber.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Riley
Here's
Beer.
Justin
Riley
Bieber.
Bieber.
That's
The
what I
beginning
was
sequence
saying.
with him whenever he gets bitten is actually fun as fuck.
Funny.
I love
What?
it.
I don't like the way he runs away from the people. I always say this.
You always say this.
I don't when she's.
Oh yeah,
turned-
whenever he looks at the people and he runs away. Well, and then there's an explanation because I think in my thought, I think that like if he tried to run towards them, I think Victoria would just caught him by then.
That's
she
what
would
I always
have let
say,
him,
yeah.
but I'm always like, doesn't scream, doesn't make any sort of noise. He just goes, oh yep, dip. Like oh, I don't know.
That's why that sequence is funny because it
trying
has
to
no
keep it
common
here.
sense.
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Yeah. I remember watching it though when we were going into the midnight premiere. I was there and I was like, "Is this the right movie?" Like, because I didn't know.
guy.
Yeah, because I don't think was Riley Beers even really written in the
I
book.
don't think so.
I don't think they even. And maybe they did, but
I
it was
think they were
again,
just like this poor guy.
this poor guy.
got
They did
turned.
mention Bree Tanner though. So the girl that is like they try to save towards the end.
The little girl?
Yeah. They try to save her, and that's actually like she has a book written about her. It's a short second life of Bree Tanner. I have that book. It's like an itty bitty skinny
Short
book.
story.
And she kind of does play like a huge role, I guess, in the storyline, but not really. It's like
Like in the book storyline? She
not in like the full
didn't seem like she had a
saga book
purpose in the movie.
storyline, but it's a loved
I
character.
don't know why they wrote her in if they weren't gonna do it. Like I wonder if their intention was to do something with her, and then
Yeah.
they were like, nah, never mind. And, like,
I know
cut
there's
her
some
out.
like reason for it. It's
Yeah.
talked about in the Facebook group, but I can't remember what like the
Well, her role was wasted in the movie. She
Wasted
didn't
in the
do
movie,
certain
yeah.
elements. She literally was there, looked like, was used as like, I don't know, like bait, but then,
Bait?
like she just died anyways. So like,
Yeah.
what he saved, the purpose of them sparing her like didn't really, did nothing.
Is this
Because
like-
especially because they just let him do it.
They were like, oh yeah,
They were
sorry.
literally there. They're like, nah.
Jasper
And they
like
just-
turned
They
away.
literally, yeah, they all backed up and just let her die.
Because Jasper could feel all her
Yeah.
emotions.
I I'm
It
sure.
probably just brought him back to that moment where he had to kill off those newborns from the
when he
clans
was
that he
talking
did.
about
Yeah.
newborns, he was like, I felt everything.
Yeah.
So he felt her like about to die.
But I don't think her, like, in killing that little girl, I don't think it developed anyone else.
It's a loved character.
It was their
though.
I get
hatred.
that.
Yeah.
Hatred for the vulture. Maybe.
This is like exactly right after New Moon.
Yeah, what's the
The
time
next
period?
semester.
The next semester.
Yeah.
Okay, I was trying to figure that out throughout the whole movie because I didn't know how close it was.
Because New Moon picks up. New Moon starts in the fall, her birthday. It ends around February, March because she does the whole possibilities sequence. And then Eclipse is when they're like a month before graduation. So it's literally just a couple months after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If I'm reading this correctly, apparently there was a dude named Riley who just didn't have a last name in the books.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, he's probably mentioned, but it wasn't like a huge.
I
I didn't think they were gonna.
like Riley. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
I didn't think they were
kinda
gonna give him a moment in the film. You know.
Yeah.
Now the reason I asked this was right after New Moon because I had noticed at one point whenever like towards the beginning where Charlie is kind of like having that conversation with like Bella, they're like, "I'll go out with your friends more, or like do all that other stuff." It's like just don't. Like, I guess kind of like don't get Edward like involved. Like don't be around
Yeah.
Edward that much because that's what I was saying. Like I would have felt like if she would have been in more trouble, it was like right after she had dipped to. Where the fuck did they go again in the last movie?
Italy.
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 So Italy.
Italy.
So like, I felt like
Oh,
if
you're
it's
so-
already like next semester, like shouldn't it have been some time for like Charlie would have been like okay with it at one point?
No, he does not. Eddie. Edwin.
He's still the best dad ever.
He
Yes.
is, yeah,
He definitely-
absolutely.
he kills his
Especially
family.
compared to the mom.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Renee?
Renee.
Oh.
Compared to her mom.
And you see Renee now more in this film that she goes to visit.
Doesn't her mom not even go to her graduation?
No. She just doesn't attend
So
graduation.
Mom doesn't go?
they really rewrote like the mom aspect of her in the movie rather than the book.
That's how she was in the
The
book.
graduation scene, she wasn't even there. It was Charlie.
Yeah.
Damn.
And that's how she was in the book. She just wasn't present.
So we all hate the mom.
Yeah. Well.
Yes, we all.
Yeah.
We all do. No, there's no
We
saving
all
her.
should hate the mom.
Y'all should hate the mom.
Based off the book, I have not read the book. I read the first one. I don't remember that much of the first one. It was a long time ago. Great jokes. I actually laughed at a few points too. I really like the
My bad.
I think my favorite joke was the hot reference again with Jacob.
With Jacob.
I am hotter than you.
Because like it was like I feel like that wasn't ongoing. Was that like a little? I guess like a joke towards.
Well, it's
I guess people thinking Taylor Lautner is hotter
Yeah,
than.
yes.
Edward.
It was,
See, that's why I
it was
laughed,
definitely a
because I was like,
fan
okay, that's
It was a
funny.
fandom moment, yeah. That was for the fandom.
Because in the theater, everyone was like, "Oh,
Oh,
like yes."
The,
He is.
yeah, I really said that like there was a funny joke. I know they
He
had, like,
is. What? Sorry.
Wait, okay, you want to pause? No.
No. We're good. Move on.
They really did have cheesy graduation jokes too at one point. Yeah, like at the little table whenever they're all talking, like whenever
What?
Bella and Edward
emphasize it.
like, hang out with like their friend group, it's
Yeah.
really like cheesy shit that they say throughout it. But I like it. I like cheesy jokes here.
We
and
see
there.
now that they all in the lunch table they try to include like now the Cullens are
The
being
Cullens,
included.
yeah.
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 Like Edward, Alice, and Jasper are now being included into the friend group of Bella.
I did mention something that like the Cullens are really bad at hiding emotions, especially around like crowds. 'Cause
When
they-
Alice was like
Alice?
seeing the
No, because
vision.
you're so obvious that
Yeah.
something's going on. I was like, bruh, what the
I think
fuck?
if anything, maybe that the friends, the human friends, just thought that like she was offended by what Bella said. Like, oh, you said that last time or something. Like maybe she was just hurt. Like she sung into her chair because she was hurt that like
Yeah.
Bella said that. Maybe they just took it as that way, but it was because she was seeing.
I like her very obvious, like, "Do you need help with that?" Like,
Yeah, Bella's
"Do you
like,
need help with that
"That?"
homework? It's like,
Uh,
oh,
the
your
same
friend's like,
subject.
yeah.
Definitely see that Edward is really overprotective over Bella in this one. I guess just more of a stronger love bond towards them.
You see more jealousy from him too.
Yeah.
More emotion.
Yeah, you see the teen, even though he's
Yeah,
like
and in a sense, like,
109.
like if he really like knows that Bella's like deep into him, like why the fuck does he have anything to worry about?
Is he still
Okay.
17?
He's
But
still
he's
Yeah,
17.
he's
but
still
he's
17.
not.
So him staying in that age still has the range of emotions of a 17.
probably-
His
Probably,
body,
yeah.
His body is
Oh my
17,
God.
not his mind.
He's emo like all the time.
But I mean,
But
he's,
his personality is not 17. His personality
When he
is like,
speaks, yeah, you can tell
in
that
the books
yeah.
it is.
In the books, you would say he's still 17.
he still has that like that boyish
That's
like.
just
"Eh."
terrible, right?
Yeah, honestly, it really is.
Because if he's lived down many like lives, you'd think he's grown.
But do you think he still has like that same like the chemical whatever makeup
No.
of a 17-year-old?
Yeah, of a 17-year-old.
No. If he's not dead, he's got no chemicals. There's nothing.
All that matters is
See,
that y'all should have. You know, that's a good question.
What?
That's a great question.
What's the question?
Oh, was it? Does he still have testosterone? Like that from hormones? Is he
Well, if
still-
your body
Can he
stops.
still get? Is that what you're asking?
Well, no, because
Yeah.
the girls don't have period anymore. There's
Right.
no hormones to go through.
But do they not have it, or do they just like don't you know? Don't
Do
use
they
it?
stop at 17 hormones? So that testosterone of a 17-year-old boy
Do
just
they
stops
have
right
blood
there.
circulation?
should not be the
No, it's venom. Right? Their
So
blood,
then
they
they
have
can't.
venom circulating.
It's not blood. It's venom.
So then, yeah, women can't have.
No, they don't.
They don't.
They don't
but
have blood.
Because they can't have kids
I'm trying to rationally explain why Edward would still have that mentality.
of a 17-year-old boy.
Maybe
Exactly. There's no rational way
Maybe
to explain
it's
it.
trauma based.
It's not.
Okay, he got turned
The
into a
deep dive
vampire.
We're not going to defend Edward, but
into the biology of this.
Biology of Twilight. They really need to make a book about the biology of it rather than just fucking making these
Kinda
romance
doing
books.
Bring it.
Well, Alyssa wrote it.
I wrote
Oh,
it down.
you
Yeah, I wrote it.
You wrote it?
Imagine my own biology book on Twilight.
God, that'd be crazy.
You can work on it.
Yeah.
Break it down.
Coming soon.
Coming soon.
I did write that I did love that Victoria's back, well, because she's attractive. It's something
Even though
about
it's a
Which
different
one you
actor.
like better?
something about them natural redheads, man. I'm like, it's just something about them, bro. It's just
Which one did you like? New Moon, Twilight, Victoria? No, this one.
because
Yeah.
I mean I felt like she was around a little bit more. The other, I'm like, no offense, the other one's attractive
I
too.
think the first one's my favorite.
But
If you're like in the fandom, no one likes Eclipse Victoria
really,
because we were so opposed to them bringing in like new characters.
But it's
happens
Bryce
in every
Dallas
single,
Howard.
happens in every single cinematic movie.
I like her.
It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
with the
Victoria,
MCU
but I
also,
prefer the
it's
first
not
one.
that big of a deal.
Yeah.
As long as they play the part.
First
right, I
Victoria
guess
didn't
it's
do
a big
anything.
She literally threatened to kill.
That's
Yeah.
it. She came in threatened. In New Moon, she didn't do shit in that
And
movie.
she ran away.
That's all she was doing.
That's her
running.
power, though.
Because she
And then
was
she just
scheming
died
to
in
what to
this
do
movie.
next.
So what?
Her power is to run away.
Her power is to be able to, like, she has a great survival instincts, is what they say in the book.
Yeah.
Laurent was like, she has great instincts. I think
Like,
this is
don't
in the
underestimate.
movie.
Yeah, he says don't underestimate her.
And she still died.
Yeah.
Because Edward knew what to do. What to
Edward
say.
can read minds, she
Yes.
can evade, whatever, but Edward can still read her mind, so he knows.
So the triggering words to get her to like yeah.
That big chase scene wherever like they finally they see like Victoria running around like, on their like side of the property or what is it called like
Oh, the
The line?
reservation line. Yeah.
it is.
Mhm.
I really like. There was at one point where I guess Jasper tried to go after Victoria and they just completely like got like how do you completely
Glide over
miss
each
the
other?
fuck
Yeah.
out of it? That was such a funny scene. I was laughing. I was like, bro.
Where was Edward for that? What was he doing?
He was
With Bella.
They were in with her mom, right?
Yeah, they were in Florida. That's why.
Oh.
That's
That's why
technically
they
why
went.
Edward took Bella to Florida because he knew what was about to happen.
So he was like, you should use that flight.
Yep.
They didn't think to have. Isn't he like really fast?
Yeah.
They didn't
He's
think
the
he
He's the
fastest.
fastest.
Victoria.
Yeah.
He wanted to keep her away,
Yeah.
and she wouldn't leave without him. So
He had to go on the plane no matter what.
freeze Brandon moment.
But like,
Yeah, he's like,
it
no,
would have been such a
pause.
benefit to have him there.
yeah,
He
no, it
could've-
would have. But remember how
Terrible movie.
He
That's
was-
what I'm saying. Let me rewrite and redirect.
You're gonna rewrite
Let's
it?
rewrite and redirect
Let
this
me
movie.
reboot Twilight.
This is
I
gonna
can
be the
reboot
best
it
Twilight
10
movie
times better.
my
out of the
God.
series.
And I'll be Jacob.
it's gonna be completely Alice.
It would have just been the same
And I'll-
outcome.
Wearing the Jorts
They
It'll
killed
just be
Victoria.
it'll just be Alice following her around. Do you
I'll be
remake
Jacob.
Twilight?
Yeah.
It would just
So
be
yeah,
Alice.
Alice would be the hero of like, every
No,
single
yeah.
one. Yeah.
Jacob and Alice.
No.
Oh,
Just
good.
kidding, just kidding,
Okay,
just kidding.
Alice should be.
I would make I'll just flip the roles. I make Edward the asshole and Jacob the real champion of the movie. Just rewrite everything.
Jacob is the asshole. So
Yeah, exactly.
I'll rewrite
You
it.
can't rewrite that.
Of
No.
course, I gotta have to.
he was literally
you want me
the
to-
epitome of like,
Should I bring it
date
up?
me or I'm gonna
Bring it up.
kill myself.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
yes,
yes.
yes.
Show us what you got. Another knick-knack.
This is
God
proof.
damn.
This is a book.
What is
Oh my
this?
God, we're bringing books.
Okay.
It's proof that he's
Yes,
A
because
gaslighter.
okay,
Jacob?
We
in
hear that
the-
Let's Talk Geek over novels as well.
in the movie
Yeah.
when Bella is gonna went after Charlie is like, oh, you should go see your more friends, or you should see Jacob because he's like going through, or like I remember when it was you going through that. And she's like, okay, I'll go try again. And she keeps calling him, is not answering his phone. And she picked out that note from her dresser. So this is the note because it's in the book. It's literally an ultimatum. First off, why? No, you don't get to read it yet.
Oh.
She said, back the fuck up.
Yeah, hold on. First of all, why would your friend?
Hey.
Oh God. Why would your friend write you an ultimatum like that? Like,
Sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
what?
I'm really getting distracted off
I'm sorry.
Why would your friend write you an ultimatum like that? Over because she loves someone else.
Because he loves her.
deep love.
So you're gonna gaslight her?
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So, listen.
Yes.
No, we do not condone that.
We don't support gaslighting women.
No,
To be in a
it's
relationship
Gaslight
with you, do not.
2022.
No, please. Okay.
That's on that end. That's why he's the only one laying down. Because he's
Yeah.
irrational.
Gaslighting.
Says, this is Jacob
Yeah,
writing a
okay.
note to Bella.
Did you cross it out?
No, that's in the
that's
book.
him. So it's where Jacob crosses out. Even though, hello, Bella can still read all of this. Like, so what's
Yeah.
the point of it? So it says, Bella, I don't know why you're making Charlie carry notes to Billy like we're in second grade. If I wanted to talk to you, I would answer the new sentence. You made the choice here, okay? You can't have it both ways when, new sentence. What part of mortal enemies is too complicated for you to, new sentence.
Facts.
Look, I know I'm being a jerk, but there is just no way around, new sentence. We can't be friends when you're spending all your time with a bunch of. It just makes it worse when I think about you too much. So don't write anymore. Yeah, I miss you too a lot. Doesn't change anything. Sorry, Jacob.
And you can see the pen marks where he's
Where
supposed
he
to be like
gets
angry.
mad, yeah. Like you can see the pen marks where he's like hitting the paper.
Oh.
Okay, that's actually
They
pretty
put that
creative. I
detail
like
in
that.
there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eclipse is my new favorite book.
Thank you.
So the fact that, and what gets me every time is that he just does one line through all these sentences as if she can't
Yeah.
read it.
So how did she get that note?
He
Did
gave
he
it
give
her.
it to her? He still
Yeah.
gave it to her anyways?
I think like
Sent it
left
to
it
her?
for her. Well,
I think
because
the dad.
yeah, he was saying because right here he was saying, I don't know why you're making Charlie
But so
carry
did
notes
she
to Billy.
mention that she can see like the writing? Or,
I don't think she.
Nope, just
see, Bella, you're dumb.
Oh, okay.
so yeah, like that's something that you also remember about Jacob because if we start talking about that,
I mean, he was making sense. You know, I still don't support him for her, but he was making sense in that.
how is that making sense? I
The
know.
mortal enemies, I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah, but even Edward admits to that too. Like like if
Yeah.
we were mortal enemies,
She knows that. She's not stupid.
Okay.
You know, like what? Why? Why?
I have different takes on this.
If you're gonna stay Team Jacob,
No, I didn't say I was gonna stay cheap.
I hope you don't.
There's some flaws in it to where like he's a little.
Some?
Is he
dickable,
Well, let's just see how he reacts to the next
Yeah,
couple
let's talk
ones.
about-
Yeah.
but, I know they mentioned I know this becomes bigger later down the road, but I know Brandon doesn't know, but I kind of know. They mentioned a imprinting
Yes.
foreshadowing.
What the fuck is
Imprinting.
You don't get it?
They didn't explain. Well,
They said
it's
yeah.
not that I
Yeah, it's a
understood.
pretty good understanding of
It's
what it
basically
is.
All I heard him
It's-
talk about is when you feel something very strongly for somebody.
Exactly,
I-
so,
well,
like-
what
It's
the
like-
fuck? What does it
it's-
do? Is I guess my question.
The question. Oh,
What does imprint? I get
What- yeah.
what imprinting is, but what does it do?
I think the idea behind it is it's supposed to be like falling in love at first sight, but it's so much more. So the way they explain it in the book is like you see this person, and it's not even like about being a love interest. It's about just being. He says, "I'll be whatever they need me to be." You know what I mean? So like whether that's like a best friend, a babysitter, like like literally anything. And he says that it's like. He describes it as like attaching. You're attached to the earth with gravity, and it's almost like whoever you imprinted to takes that gravity and attaches it to them instead. So nothing else matters but them.
think soulmate times 100.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Because when I think of soulmate, I think of romantic interest, and that's usually how it's portrayed in the movie. But it's not the way they describe it in the book. It is not always romantic.
Yeah.
There's some examples of it just being. I guess for right now.
Let's just say that it could
friends.
start as just a friend, and then maybe it would take it, but like they imprint, And if let's say it's from like a guy perspective, it's like Jacob, like if he were to imprint and it just started as a friendship, he will be the bestest friend, whatever, to that person. And then if it ends up romantically, then it turns into like.
But if he imprints on
Whatever
anyone
she-
other than Bella,
yeah.
Bella doesn't exist to him anymore. At all. He's like, okay,
Like all the
whatever
feelings
the
for Bella
person-
just get
go
canceled
away.
out.
Yeah, whatever the
Because he
person
says-
needs.
I think she's, and when they're in like the workshop or whatever, she says, you sound like you're talking from experience, and he says, you would know if I did.
Yeah.
He was saying, basically, if I had imprinted on anyone other than you, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. I wouldn't be anywhere near you.
Like he wouldn't care about it.
Yeah.
So this is only a wolf thing. Only wolf can
Only
imprint
the
on
wolves.
Yeah. Sam and, what's her name? The one with the scar. Emily?
Yes,
They didn't
Emily.
explain it at that point, Brandon. Did you not catch on to that? Whenever he was with Leah, right? They like Sam was with Leah at one point, but then Sam got imprinted on.
Emily.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
why
they
they
broke
broke up, and that they were true soulmates.
And because they can hear in each other's heads as well, they have to constantly like relive the fact that Leah.
Well, Leah has to like hear Sam think all these like great thoughts about
About Emily.
and she's still in love with him.
Yeah.
So if they imprint on someone, is the person that they imprinted on like get put under a spell or
But
something?
they can't
or
do
can
it.
they still like reject?
It's one way.
Like reject
Yeah.
It's a one-way thing. But I mean, I think in the book they had that she asked the question like, what happens if they're not into it?
Into it, yeah.
And he was like, doesn't have to be romantic. If she
Yeah.
wants him nowhere around, like that's
Will they just still persist anyways?
knowing
Oh.
Jacob probably.
No shit on my boy. No shit on my boy.
No, knowing Jacob, yeah.
Like knowing the wolves, like their personality, probably.
Yeah.
Not even like in a bad way, but just yeah.
They'll be whatever that person needs them to be.
Well, that is a little bit of a
And if
foreshadowing of
they
it.
want them
And
to be
Brandon,
nothing,
Brandon, you'll be shocked whenever it really does come to it.
what?
I know. No, then never mind.
Yeah,
This
never-
is
don't
what
worry
I
about
was
it.
saying.
I know about future imprinting.
Oh yeah.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
No,
You don't
you
know.
don't.
You know
I
shit.
mean, I don't
Brandon.
know the point. I just know it happens.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's all you need to know.
I don't know like why
Just
it
keep it
happened.
at that.
I don't know.
Enough about the imprinting, man.
I'm just
Are you
saying.
trying to imprint on me or something?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
How do you know I haven't?
Oh.
Because I never felt anything.
That's
Yeah.
one-sided.
You're just in denial right now.
Alright, changing the imprinting. I do not want to get more into this. We really need to stop
Should we
with
let them?
that.
Should we leave them?
We'll leave him alone. Yeah, we'll leave, guys.
Yeah.
I think
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, we're done.
Leave
No,
us, leave us, leave
Get
us alone.
okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Pause,
Go.
resume.
Move on. Please.
Um,
Just
I think one of my favorite parts of the movie was the tribe story. Whenever they're all around the fire, I actually really like that little tellback of the story. But also at the same time, is it really like the full? I guess is it just them like shitting on vampires, or is that the full truth that they want Bella to hear?
He basically did that, but without saying the word vampire.
Right.
Yeah.
He wasn't lying, but like he definitely
Yeah.
was like aiming it towards Bella. Like, oh, we still have an
There's
issue
that guy.
here, Bella, without saying it.
Because it is a history. It's the tribe's history. But yeah.
He never lied, but he
No.
was definitely like, you know, emphasizing certain parts to kind of get it across because I think he views her as like some sort of like daughter or
Yeah.
family member. So
Yeah.
I think
No, I
he's
get
like,
that.
get away from her.
No, that was a crazy story.
fair.
I felt like in this movie, Bella's pretty. I honestly, I kind of hated Bella in this movie. I think she was pretty selfish.
Yeah.
She was really like,
Yeah.
really thinking about again by selfish. She was really thinking about her stuff and wasn't really thinking about both sides. Not really respecting Edward, while at the same time, whenever it comes to it, I know that at one point she doesn't really respect Jacob. At a point, whenever Jacob's trying to cope with I think at one point he finally gets to the fact where like, okay, you're definitely staying with Edward, but then Bella tries to keep Jacob around, and Jacob's trying to. At one point, you could tell that Jacob's trying to get away from it, but Bella's being so persistent to where it brings in Jacob back, and that's why like Bella, you're a little dickhole. And
I kind of see what you're saying.
But you
though.
know, right?
Well, okay, listen.
Okay, listen.
that's not how it happened.
I kind of see what you're saying. Bella's kind of trying to keep him around, but I think she's doing it. She is being a little selfish because she does love Jacob, just not in the same way as he loves her. But I think she's also doing it because she's afraid that Jacob's going to do something reckless and get himself killed. He is kind of almost taking advantage of that and being like, okay, well,
Because he knows what to say to her to
you're
make.
obviously in love with me, you know what I mean? So I see what he's saying for that first part, but I don't see the second part where he's like trying to get away from her. Not really, you know what I mean?
From what I see.
Yes, yes.
It's like,
I see where Bella kind
on
of
the
latched
mountain.
on.
On the mountain.
He didn't. Though.
For the whenever you found out that Edward that Bella was gonna marry Edward and he overheard her, and then Bella, I think kind of at that point Jacob was kind of like, okay, I kind of like done with this shit, and then Bella chased after him.
Yeah, but he was threatening to off himself.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing. I feel like that's where I saw the
That's what a noble
manipulation.
soldier would do.
He's like, I'm gonna go fight and maybe
Well, he's trying to get away from the situation.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck it. Like, why the fuck should I care about any of this shit?
Yeah.
And then Bella just keeps on trying to drag him back in, which makes like him immensely like he's already mentally like not there.
Yeah.
But like
Wait,
that's even making him mentally worse
who
for the point where like
insinuated the
Bella's
kiss?
like, kiss me. What?
Yeah,
And I was
exactly.
like,
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm like, me and Brandon definitely wanted that to happen, but not like that way, you know.
Like
Even
that.
though, again, I'm not gonna lie, we high fived after it.
Y'all
was
did
cool.
high-
But,
y'all
like,
were winding it
now-
up, too.
Now, like thinking about it, like, bro, come on, like you're basically like torturing Jacob for it.
And then they went back in for seconds. So
You gotta see it in like the way that I see it too, and like that's just the
I
how,
don't.
like you know.
No.
Like they're.
That's my sense of the Jacob part.
I'm
The-
still not
the,
seeing
the
it.
sense of
Toxic
the Edward
Yeah.
part. I think she's being too selfish because, like, again, like it's even said throughout like New Moon and throughout this movie that Edward definitely does not want Bella to be a vampire. Even to the point where Rosalie, right? That's how you say it. Even telling her the truth about like, oh, like it really sucks being a vampire.
Yeah.
Like, getting into it. I mean, like, yeah, it's cool. Like she developed it over the lens to finally kind of be like content, but she wouldn't wish it upon anyone to do it. Side note, that Rosalie part of her backstory is fucking.
It is.
She went fucking psycho mode at the end of that, but I really like that. But again, it's that's kind of why I didn't like Bella throughout this whole thing. I even said it right here.
She was kind of selfish.
Only-
I mean,
Yeah.
I only like Bella at the end of the movie.
I didn't like the part where she's listening to the tribe stories and the first wife who like sacrifices herself, whatever, and then she clearly like remembers that with Edward and
No, that was cool. I
Victoria.
like that.
Why don't you like it?
I didn't like
Imagine
it.
if she stabbed herself.
I thought I didn't like it, I guess, but I felt like she was trying so hard to be like the savior of the
savior.
story. You know what I mean? And like she did, like she did a good thing, but I felt like she kind of put more risk. I don't know.
Well, because
Like,
she
It
knew what was
seemed-
gonna happen.
Edward
It
was
seemed
literally about to die.
self-serving.
So
Yeah,
she would have died anyways.
Yeah.
that makes sense. I don't know. It kind of seemed.
And I'm sure it was out of the way of just her being like, I don't want Edward to die.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just like a
I'm sure that's what it was,
effort.
but I think the way I saw it when they
Yeah.
paired it together, it was almost like I'm gonna be the hero now. Yoink.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
It's more about they're called the Volturi, right?
Volturi.
Volturi. So like, how well structured are they? So like, I know that they have their little group. Who's the little blonde girl?
Jane.
Jane.
Yeah.
She's a little fucking psychopath. But like, to like
You
let
were Volturi.
like this whole new army kind of like develop. Like, did they want that to happen, or did they not want that to happen?
Yeah, were they behind that after
Yeah.
all?
They weren't behind it, but remember they're like, Jane, make a decision.
Yeah.
'Cause out of those,
Why did Jane have to make the decision?
she is the boss because out of that group, she's the most powerful.
Yeah.
But she wasn't going to tell like the main Volturi what was going to happen.
No, so Jane doesn't like to be told no or to be overpowered because she is one of the more powerful. Obviously, not the main three are like
Yeah.
you know, she is like out of the executioners, whatever. You know what I mean? So I feel like when what's her name, Bella. I forgot her name.
Wow.
I was gonna say
one of the main characters of the movie.
I was gonna say Kristen. When Bella was like
Kristen,
immune to her power, I think she was kind of like, I don't like that.
Pissed off by
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So I think she was like, maybe if I just let them offer one
'Cause
thing I have to do.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. So it wasn't really like the main Volturi. It was just her.
I think it was just her.
Yeah.
I don't think the three ever knew what was happening.
Because the one guy tried to go tell Arrow.
Yeah, she was like,
Maybe we should consult with Aro and
Yeah,
then
and she's like, yeah, get down.
get down.
I wish they focus on her brother too a little
Alec.
bit. I mean, they do.
You in the
later
next
on,
but
like,
later on you'll see.
like in the
Alec.
books, they explain a lot more about them, and I really like their individual.
They're like a
powers.
power
They're really cool.
brother sister.
And I wish they
Crazy.
emphasize that more a little bit.
You'll see a little bit more though later.
Yeah.
It's funny. I wrote here, Charlie's the best dad ever again.
Yeah.
finally like that we kind of see more of the vamp/wolf team up. And again, here's the main thing about it that what I guess I don't know why I didn't remember is that they had actually pretty like great moments, better moments that I liked than the Twilight and the New Moon movies. Because of course, like I said in the beginning, they had the trap story, which I really liked, but also the training montage was fucking amazing. I actually really liked that.
Yeah.
I like
that was
Edward
funny
get
as hell.
pitched around.
Again, the training montage low-key reminded me of
funny.
that baseball scene in the Twilight movie.
It's like
Did you say it was better?
No, it's not better than the baseball scene.
It's like
Okay.
Similar.
It's put in there to be like because I don't think in New Moon there was really something like that. It was just when like Edward and the Volturi were fighting.
It's-
And
yeah,
Felix,
they're-
that's the action part I think of New Moon.
Emmett's there too.
I like
My king.
You're a himbo
My
king.
himbo king.
Jesus Christ, Emmett.
Would you say he's a little bit more buffed out for this one?
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell you put muscle on.
Yeah.
Nah, he was pushing
Like I was
it.
saying, like just wait, like
Nah, he-
even more still, just
He
wait.
was kind of doing his thing.
He was hitting the no, he was fucking doing. I'm not gonna lie. Captain Jasper, literally, or what's
Captain
what is he?
Jasper.
He's a corporal. No, Major.
Major
Major
Jasper
Jasper.
Whitlock, sir.
Uh,
Ma'am.
Of the
I
Confederacy.
actually, out of all the vampires, I actually really appreciated that Jasper got more dialogue.
Yeah, I like that he talked a little bit.
Liked his backstory.
Jasper.
Jasper.
No more screen time. I don't like his hair though. That long hair.
I like
That was
his
a
hair.
wig. They're almost all wearing wigs in this movie.
I actually like his hair.
Even Kristen.
Kristen the
Yeah.
Because it was after the Runaways, Joan Jett and the Runaways movie, so they had to put a wig on her.
I will say they blended the edges on that wig.
Yeah, I
Very
couldn't
nice.
tell.
You couldn't tell.
She was the only one I think they.
Not
The
really.
hair itself, not.
There's
not
certain
great.
moments where
But
it just
her
looks so
forehead,
bad.
You couldn't tell. I couldn't tell.
It was too.
Were Edward's sideburns fake? Tell me they were.
I don't think so.
Robert Pattinson.
But you don't see him again ever, so it's
They
weird.
told him to grow it. Or
he
he let him.
no, he must have just like left it like that, and they were like, yeah.
Because in the
fine.
first movie they did wax his eyebrows and he refused to do it for the next one. So I think they were growing more. I think that's when like the in between of like over like when you're growing something out.
Yeah.
So I think that's why. And then in the next one he looks real cleaned up now.
Good.
But
Good.
Also wrote here. I didn't write it because I really did not feel like writing it, but I know what part this was. Bella's really horny in this.
always. I mean,
like, aren't you guys? I mean,
wrong.
That's a joke. Like,
But
you know what
I
I mean?
did say that like I know they had mentioned it kind of like Bella had said like
Did you catch that?
Edward's pretty old school.
Yeah, he
And I
is.
really like that like Edward has his morals in check too, so I like that.
I respect it.
the proposal was sweet, saying like from my time we would have been on like courted dates
Courted,
and like
yeah.
sipped iced tea on the porch.
No,
It was
yeah,
cute.
I like that. That was great
Yeah.
dialogue right there. Okay, the best part of the movie that I really liked was at the Edward and Jacob talking.
I
And-
told y'all, listen.
No, yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
That was a great talk. Funny thing though, they were not whispering. How the fuck did Bella not hear?
Bella
it?
wasn't sleeping.
Bella wasn't sleeping. She heard everything.
yeah.
She was
Oh,
faking
really?
it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm.
You can see she was like kind of
Yeah, you could
smiling
see
and
that
like
she was awake.
yeah.
I thought she just moved at that point. I don't know.
It was. I told y'all to listen because not just because of like what y'all say about Team Jacob and everything.
Yeah.
But it was just to give you because I told y'all on the New Moon like you'll hear more of them trying.
Banter?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for this AC to turn on again so it doesn't scare me.
How tense.
But you just see the difference in how both of them think, especially towards Bella and each other.
There's a lot more like interact because whenever they're interacting,
There it was.
you're good.
Continue.
You good?
Whenever they're interacting, otherwise they're like at each other's throats, and
Yeah.
I mean they're still like kind of fighting there, but I feel like they're more like okay, let's have an actual conversation.
They're
here,
fighting
like,
in their heads.
Yeah.
They're going back
The
and
fact
forth.
that he
Why
was
do you-
letting him like cuddle Bella.
Yeah.
I think says a lot
For
about-
Bella's sake,
says a
he's
lot
thinking
him.
about
If he
Bella.
would have done that shit in New Moon, he would have probably killed him.
And you
No,
can
you're
tell he
right.
didn't like it. He
No,
was
yeah,
like,
Yeah.
but he
No,
was
definitely
like,
was definitely
he's
like
right.
jealous.
Yeah.
So I respect that.
But he knew it was like it's gonna keep Bella alive. That's what Bella needs. So it's always Bella. It's always Bella first for him. I don't know about Jacob.
I think Jacob wants to be like that, but he's still too selfish. I think Edward has a lot more experience to kind of like have more confidence, like I guess, in himself.
He's just mature.
And like he hears everyone's thoughts except for
He's got an
Bella's.
advantage.
Technically, Jacob is 16.
Yeah.
He's way younger than them.
Right? Exactly. Edward just got the age advantage. Because he's not 17, like we stated.
I think he's still like, you know. Plus the werewolf thing makes him a little more like volatile.
Yeah.
A little more like quick to anger. You know what I mean? Not that that's an excuse, but
Absolutely not excuse.
More alpha personality.
He was supposed to be the
In a
alpha.
way,
He was supposed to be alpha.
Yeah.
Alpha Jacob. But it's all about the Sigma, guys. If you're a Sigma male, that's what it's all about. Don't be an alpha male, be a Sigma. Come on now. Right, Brandon? No? Okay, alright.
Yeah.
Wrote here, the Bella and Jacob kiss is intense as fuck.
What?
It was intense. It was
The
a
Bella and
Bella and
Jacob
Jacob
kiss.
it's super.
Felt that.
She describes it in the book as like hot because he's like super
Oh,
like
yeah.
temperature wise, and it's like different obviously than what she's used to because of Edward.
Also, at the same time, I did say Bella is a fucking idiot. I literally
What do
wrote
you
that.
mean by that?
Again, I just
What do you
don't-
elaborate? Elaborate.
Because she kissed him?
Yeah. Yeah, she's an idiot.
Why did she do that? What was
so
the
she
point of
didn't
her doing
off
that?
himself.
Yeah, because he was like, I'm gonna go. Better yet, if I go kill
He
myself.
still went to battle. That didn't change shit. I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
now he's like, I got what I wanted.
Yeah.
So I
he
think
still
she was
got
just.
It didn't seem
It was
that way. Jacob's a
desperation.
nice guy. Taylor Lautner, love
He was
him.
victimizing him or whatever it's called.
Gaslighting?
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't get it from that. But I actually do have gaslighting when I do.
This guy.
But first, crazy fight scene. It was easy. Honestly, like was it supposed to be that easy to
It
take
was a little
that?
too easy. Like
Yeah.
they ultimately didn't need that training montage.
Well, because they didn't know about the werewolves.
They made it. Yeah, I guess that too. But they made it seem like, oh, we're like newborns, right? Newborns
Yeah.
are supposed to be since it's like
The
off, they're
strongest.
off and they're like trying to go at it and shit like that. But they fucking do shit like crazy. But a great fight scene. I really liked it. They tore some heads off, all that stuff. I did laugh because if you notice, every single time they kill like the newborns, they just go like boom, like take their head off.
Yeah.
There's a scene where I think it's Jasper. Jasper literally doesn't even like break them. He just like hits a girl.
Yeah.
And he just hears.
Punches
He just
girl.
But that's like when you hear, I'm like, did you even kill her? Or you just punch the fuck out of her.
Yeah. And he's going to Alice, so he was just like,
Yeah.
he was just swinging. He wasn't even killing him.
That was funny. I was laughing my ass off. Like in my head, I was like, I don't know if I should be laughing that hard about that because they're killing off every single one of them, but he just fucking hit the fuck out of a girl.
Yeah.
In the scene whenever Victoria and Riley make it up to the mountain, Victoria's really like just I don't know if it's acting wise or Victoria in a sense, but she sucks at lying.
At lying.
Yeah, saying like no, this is true. You know, like
Oh,
you're
to
my-
Riley.
I love
that,
you,
I love
Ellie.
you. You're the
my
only
true love.
one.
She's the real gaslighter in this movie.
Yeah,
That's gaslighting right there. That's what it really showed.
There can be two gaslighters.
I know that they really seem, I guess like just to really get into Victoria's head. Does Victoria not know who killed James?
No, she knows. That's why. Well,
But Edward didn't really kill James.
I don't think she
She
I think
knows.
she's just blaming Edward because it's
It's
Bella's fault.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's a make an eye for an eye.
Like
Sorry,
direct
guys.
pipeline to Edward.
Yeah.
She might not even really care who like literally did it because technically it's Alice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alice,
She's
Alice,
like,
Technically it's Alice, but I think it's her fault. This
She's
guy
the
likes
reason
her.
that- yeah.
So I'm gonna
don't
go.
victim blame Alice. We love Alice.
We love Alice.
Again, the Bella sacrifice was pretty cool. I like that. And then it was cool that Jacob fucking eats the fuck out of Riley, and then Edward is.
That's
it's a,
Sam.
It's a great
I mean,
neck.
Seth.
It's a great neck break from Edward to kill Victoria. I like that.
Yeah. I
Um,
always get them mixed up. It's like that.
after all that, I don't really have anything until I wrote Charlie is awesome.
Like 4 times
Yeah,
in there.
I love Charlie, man. He's amazing.
Emphasis.
I think
Yeah.
he's a Charlie stand.
Yeah.
Oh,
He is
I
Charlie
like the handshake between what's his name, Carlisle.
Billy and
Jake.
Carlisle?
Yeah, like you know, like it's more civil right there. It's more like I like that a lot. But Jacob didn't get fucked up like that. That shit was
Yeah,
crazy. Like you
you-
could not say that you
the
did not
sweat
fall
on
for
the
it.
pillow when he's laying down is
You just see it all.
Bro, he's going crazy. Man.
And you see, like, the newborn takes his ribs and just squishes them up
Literally,
against.
yeah.
Yep.
But like, don't you guys?
and Leia's like, I could have gotten him, man. I could have done it. Leia's like,
Like,
why'd you butt in?
Not even at that point in the movie, you guys didn't really feel bad for Jacob. Like, it's kind of like heartbroken.
I feel bad for him, but like,
I mean, but he's still
It
trying. I
happened.
even wrote that. He's still trying.
He's still trying. Even when he was like all bandaged up,
Yeah.
he's like, I
He's
still
trying to
love you.
work, yeah.
Pick me.
But I mean,
He
again,
went into
I
that
felt-
fight, and that's
I
the only
felt
thing
bad.
he did was get bodied.
Yeah.
He literally didn't do anything else in that fight, but like.
Nope, because he was high on that ego that like, haha, Bella kissed
Yeah,
me.
he walked in there and said, "Yeah,
I
fuck
can do
everyone
it."
up."
he fought a little bit. Like when he
I-
came back, 'cause remember, Edward's like, he's good.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. He's fighting, he's fine. But then when Leia was like, oh, I got this one by myself, and they're like, no. That's when he steps in.
Yeah.
For whatever
Because
reason.
he's trying to be the hero. They're all trying to be the hero.
Trying to.
No one needs to be the hero.
Trying to be.
No. Yeah.
And then I really just get to the point of basically like the end of the movie, which is, like, and I said I only like Bella at the end of the movie because there's more of just like the, I guess like there wasn't that much action and drama that was going on throughout the movie to where it was very calm with Edward and just Bella, the real like romance of the movie, to which I really like just
Yeah.
them.
Well, I
really-
think you hear also Bella, I guess not. I mean, she explains her selfishness, I guess you could say. It's
Yeah.
not like she's selfish. She's explaining it like it was. It's
Exactly.
like,
Yeah. Again, that's why I liked it because
Liked
it finally
it, yeah.
took so long to finally just get up to that point.
like it was just more about me trying to figure out myself, and I feel like I haven't been in the right spot all of my life basically, and now it's like it was never
Yeah.
between you or Jacob. It was just me trying to figure out what I want, and
It's a little cheesy, but it's necessary.
yeah, it's
I
necessary.
didn't think it was that cheap, but I did like it. I even wrote here, good ending.
Like
and then of course
Thumbs
they
up.
keep on playing a whole bunch of songs at the end of the trailers, and I really, again, I like the soundtrack again.
Soundtrack's really good.
Soundtracks
I like
are
it.
key points to movies. I just want to say.
It honestly is.
It's probably the better ones.
The beginning, the chop and change, the Black Keys.
Yeah.
That song in the beginning. That
was
one,
good.
yeah,
That was good.
it was pretty hard when you
I'll
start
give
the
it
movie.
that.
That's basically all I really have to say about the movie. Do you guys want to add anything? I mean,
Any
Is there
tit-
like
any
hot
tidbits?
takes?
Hot takes?
What was the extended scenes in that movie?
Yeah, what was
Extended
the
scenes,
extended
a lot of it more was dialogue based, so a lot just more talking that was cut out. The biggest one that I wish they would have kept is the more human Bella, like teenage Bella, where Angela goes to her house and they're making like the invitations for graduation.
Oh yeah.
Because that's when Angela's like, oh, like just say it, Bella, jealousy, like Edward's jealous of Jacob, da da da. So
So in the original cut, that wasn't there.
that wasn't there. It just ends where she's looking out and sees like Emmett and Alice and the wolves like switch, and then just ends. Oh, and also when in the very beginning, when she's trying to go see Jacob and Edward gets in the car, and then he says like, oh, if you're angry with me, just like lock the window type of thing, and she like goes up, locks it, and says like, never mind, and unlocks it because she can't stay mad at him.
That doesn't
you
happen.
know what's funny? I even wrote here about that.
About it?
About that scene. Whenever she's talking with her friend, it says girl talk is cool.
Girl talk is cool.
I said, that's
Girl
cool.
boss.
Girl boss.
Girl boss.
I mean, it was. I feel that's the thing with all the deleted scenes. I think before at least the last two, you could say part 1 and part 2 of Bringing Dawn, is that all of them give Bella more book Bella. You get more book Bella out of it.
I love the book conversations. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like just reading that first part, it really seemed like the book is better than the movie.
yeah. It gives you more of an idea of each.
I
Again,
still love the movies. but
No,
the books
I mean,
are-
Yeah.
honestly, like it wasn't a bad movie. Like it really wasn't.
It wasn't that bad.
In my opinion, I'm trying to figure out why you think it's kind of pointless. I mean, it's still. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like there's key parts to where it really is. I guess like
We'll take this hot take 1-on-1.
I won't really understand why it was the lowest one until I guess I see the last two. But
Yeah, I think if you were to watch all of them, like the last ones are definitely like they have a lot more information, a lot
Yes.
a lot more closure, that kind of thing. So I kind of understand why like
It could be
they
forgotten
leave them
about.
out. Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like Eclipse is just so good.
I always say that's my shower movie,
shower movie.
meaning that
How you know?
Meaning that if it's on like TV, like I do a marathon, like
like
MTV,
you'll just.
I'll sit there and watch all of them. The minute that Eclipse comes on, I'm going in the shower.
Bruh.
What?
Fair enough. Maybe we'll have to do that experiment. We'll watch
Because once
Twilight,
I,
New Moon,
yeah.
skip Eclipse, and then see what it does.
because once
Honestly, I don't see it doing it.
once I get out of the
Victoria's dead.
shower, I usually come back and it's already getting into Breaking Dawn Part 1, and I'm like, good.
Actually,
Honestly, though, I have a screenshot of it. I can't find it right now. I have like a bunch of. I need to make like an album. I feel like of it all. There's an order of a theory. I hope they did hear that.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Go ahead.
On the Facebook group, there is a conversation that was said that they actually flipped all the movies and made a different order to them.
And it worked or what?
They're saying it works, yeah.
Like you
We
start
gotta
with
test
2,
it.
We
1.
have, yeah, like I have to find it and we gotta test it because apparently, yeah, I think it starts.
Just watching the second one, Breaking Dawn Part 2 over and over.
Right, yeah.
But I mean, but Breaking Dawn would have to be in the
I
last
think,
part.
honestly, I can't remember. I could probably talk about it with you more. I just don't want to say anything yet because we haven't got to that point.
I'm trying to avoid spoilers on
Yeah, I'm
accident.
trying to avoid, even though it's
We're almost there. We're almost
it's
to
hard
the
to
last
it's hard for y'all to really like miss spoilers because of how long it's been, you know. But it's still like I don't want to. I'll save it. I'll save it for like you know.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I respect
In your pocket.
non-spoilers here, but we
Yeah,
do
put
spoil
my
as
pocket.
well.
Huh?
So I respect non-spoilers, but we do spoil as well.
I mean, it's been long enough. That if someone hasn't seen this movie,
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Like, this movie's so fresh. It's so new.
Just came out.
Just came
Just
out,
came out.
yeah.
you know what? That probably could have been the prompt for like the cappuccino that we made. One of the prompts was saying like, "Oh, what was your? You knew it or something, or you liked it before it was cool." Loki, Twilight, made a comeback. You know?
We'll give it to him. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
We'll let you guys use that. I'll let you guys use that.
Thank you.
I'll let you
Yeah.
use it.
For sure. Is there anything else you guys wanted to add about it? Is there anything? Well, again, I think I remember Breaking Dawn like part 1, part 2 the most. So for Brandon's sake, how much of a, I guess, rush is Brandon gonna get watching these last 2 movies?
How much of a rush am I gonna get?
Yeah. I feel like it's gonna be fun for him to watch it.
I just want to know what the fuck is gonna happen with the imprinting. That's really it. That's really it.
You're fucking
Part
weird.
2 is gonna
I
go
just want to know what
Part-
happens.
Yeah,
I
part
know
2
who's
is
gonna-
gonna.
crazy.
I honestly,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of recording.
I know
when
who
we
it
watch
happens
part 2.
to. Yeah, but
Let's actually record part 1 and part 2. Let's do it on
We should.
We should actually do it.
Part 1, I feel like it's gonna be. The first half is like so heartwarming for me. I took it all the time. I still try not to cry in the beginning of part 1.
okay.
And it gets really interesting. It's kind of also like what like this is where you might be like this is terrible like
The
writing
beginning? Oh.
into part 1.
Okay.
It's the one where people are like, huh? But
Is it
I
worse
like-
writing than the
I
first
like-
Twilight?
huh?
Is it worse writing than Twilight? Like the first one? What the hell was that?
It's really yawn.
What did you say?
Worse, like Breaking Dawn Part 1 worse.
Yes, worse than the
Like
writing in
movie wise,
Twilight,
right?
Yeah.
Movie
Like
wise?
script wise, yeah. Like dialogue.
I guess we'll just have to see.
No,
how it
I
comes
don't think so.
I would say honestly some of the deleted scenes in part 1 are in the book, but they're super awkward, like cringy.
In the book or how in the movie? too?
In the book,
Both?
they're fine.
In the movie, though.
In the movie, they're cringy and they're kind of weird for me. When I watch it, I'm like, that's a
I
little
still
silly.
think Twilight's a little worse.
Like
I
the
do.
first one?
Yeah. But it's a nostalgic bad.
It's good, but comparatively, it's a little more awkward.
Yeah.
I'll say it
I
like
guess
that.
we can
Yeah.
judge them by the order by after we all watch every
Watch
single
them,
one.
yes. Then we'll do the
We'll,
whole
like,
like
rank them,
ranking.
rank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do a complete rank. But yeah. Anything else? Anything we're missing? I'm excited to watch these last 2 movies. These are honestly my favorite ones.
I was waiting for the longest time. I was like, I need to watch them.
I know. I'm
ready
sorry
to watch
we
it
took
with
this
them.
I
much
need
of a
to
break.
watch these next
It's been like
ones,
what?
yeah. I
About
wanna
a month
finish
since
this
our
shit.
last episode?
I think more.
It's been a month since our last episode, right? Am I
A
wrong?
little bit, yeah.
A little
Yeah.
bit. Hey, but we're finally back on
A
track.
little over, maybe.
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe next episode we could probably get on it. If anything, probably we could probably finish off like the last 2 movies and just make Breaking Dawn a big podcast episode. Honestly,
Good.
I wouldn't mind.
I would sit there and watch both parts
Yeah.
Okay.
in one sitting.
We should definitely do it at an earlier time because I almost fell asleep like, right before watching this movie.
No, we need to
Towards the
definitely.
end, I was.
I was like,
I was
oh my
fighting,
god,
yeah.
Y'all just
almost
can't stay
there.
away. Wait.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Y'all
yeah.
just can't stay awake. But no, yeah, we'll definitely have to like plan that out so we can watch both parts.
For sure,
We'll do
for
that.
sure. But yeah, that's We just talked geek for a sec on Twilight, the Twilight saga Eclipse. We want to give a huge thank you to Alyssa and Caitlin, our
Thank you guys.
lovely Twihards. Right, I said that right.
Twihards.
Yes, Twihards, yeah.
For joining us on our geekly show.
In the new studio?
We really
In
appreciate
the new
it.
studio. First guest in the
First
new
guest in the new
yeah.
studio.
First guest in the new studio. We actually, there was actually a few people that actually said they want to hop into the studio and try to get into it as well. So we'll just see what we have planned. We have a lot of other stuff planned, of course. Big new shows, new developments. Hopefully, by the time we put in our new studio, we should have a good intro from now on that we get to put over and over again.
Yeah.
We're planning on something. Again, our minds are expanding, but my mind is really, really tired right now. And so it's about that time when we start to go off and sign off and end the show. Again, thank you guys for joining us. You can go check us out on YouTube at Let's Talk Geek for a Sec. Also, we're on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify at Let's Talk Geek for a Sec as always. And follow us on Instagram at Let's Talk Geek Pod. Hit us up in the DMs. Hit us up, like our videos, like all that stuff. You know, we try to get more into the social media game as always. But yeah, that's all we got for you geeks. Thanks for joining us. You just got geekified for this next episode.
Geekified Twilight. We're geekifying it.
Geekifying Twilight?
Yeah.
Geekifying Twilight. We're out here. We're doing this. But of course, we're trying to get back on track. We took a little bit of a leeway break, but trying to get back on that Friday Sunday grind.
We're getting there. We're getting
And,
there. Had some stuff to take care of. But
you know, but big editing, big stuff that we're really trying to get to y'all's pleasure for hearing us. Hope you really enjoyed this episode. And as always, peace, love, and positivity. I've been Nene,
I've been Brandon.
and we'll talk geek for a second, y'all. Later. Deuces. Love y'all. Vamp out. Wolf out.
Vamp out, wolf out, wolf out.
Okay. Very good.
Audio looks good. You ready? Okay. Action time. 5, 4, 3. Okay, I'm gonna wait. This is a very important episode, Brandon. You ready?
We're good.